Well, good Thursday morning to you. Chris Hare here, the world champion crypto cowboy, bringing you another update on ICP, just like we do every single morning. But I'm going to give you the truth about ICP today. It may or may not be what you want to hear, but we're going to start off with an hourly chart. We're going to go all the way out to a weekly, give you some longer range targets. But I am a world champion team roper. I've won those championships in the rodeo events, and I'm taking the strategies and the discipline that I use right outside the house in my arena to win those events and bringing them right here to the crypto desk to make y'all world champion crypto traders. But we'll go ahead and get into everything tonight. So this morning, start off with the crypto fear and greed index, currently at a 25. We were at a 26 a couple of days ago, so we pulled back a little bit on this pullback. I know a few weeks ago, last week or a week before, we were all the way down to a 20. This measures market sentiment. It tells us if people are scared or greedy. I use it to make small spot purchases when we drop into fear. And then when we drop into extreme fear, I buy a little more. I sit on it. I forget about it. When we get up to greed or extreme greed, I sell it off, and it's been profitable for me. So you can see back when we were at about a 20, I went ahead and bought $60 worth of Ethereum, $60 worth of Solana. Currently, Ethereum's about flat. Solana's at 3.7% right now. Moving out to the altcoin season index, currently at 29. We've been moving off of Bitcoin season for the past day or so. We'll see if that continues. Last week, we were at a 23. So we've kind of moved way off of it. But what we need to see is it get out into these lighter and darker blues, kind of like in November when we got all the way up to an 87. And then I think last month or the month before, we got all the way up to a 53 when things were moving a little better. But moving out to a liquidation heat map, this is what the market makers use to track your liquidity. They don't care about TA or stop loss. They don't care about TA. They don't care about moving averages. They don't care about smart money concepts. They care about where your liquidations are in your short and long trades. Everything above price action is a short trade. Everything below price action is a long trade. So cumulatively right now, we've got $13.65 million worth of short liquidations, and we've got $2.5 million worth of long liquidations. So at some point, they've got to come after that. It's heavily weighted to go to the top side. But we'll get into the charts. It's going to break it down. It's going to tell you exactly what's going on. Get that pulled up for you here. There we go. Start off with the hourly chart. You can tell we've been just slowly grinding down since we hit those highs. Now we've lost both of the 50 moving averages, the simple and the smooth. That takes 50 of these candles, puts a fluid line on the chart, works as excellent support and resistance. But we're sandwiched right in between the 200 and those. So the 200 takes 200 of these candles, puts a fluid line on the chart, and we're sandwiched right in between. We're in the middle of a golden zone. This is an absolute no trade zone for me, guys. Until we break one way or the other, there's really no point in a trade. If we lose this, 319 to 138 will be your next stops. It's going to get ugly if we go down, but to the top side, if we can get above this 50 moving average, your next stops are going to be 829 to 897. If we can close on above that, 1096 to 1238 are your shorter term targets. Moving out to the 4 hour, you can see we've just been working our way down out of this big run that we've had. I don't think it's quite done with downside yet. I think it really wants to get down to this 200 or this 50 smooth moving average, get down into this golden zone. Usually when they lose this half, that's halfway of the swing. They usually just want to go on down to the next golden zone, and I think that's where we're at. So that target's somewhere around 547 to 428 at this time. If for some reason we bounce off of this 50 smooth moving average, your next target stops would be 713 to 831. Consolidate, move up from there. Your next targets are 1170 to 1415. Moving out on the daily chart, it kind of tells you what kind of enforces what we've talked about. You can see the 50 moving averages sit down here at about 470 to around 433, and your daily golden zone sits from 422 to 358. I think we come back down in here and test all of this out, figure out where we're going to go from there. But you can see we've still got this ugly wick. If we lose the daily golden zone, it's going to get ugly. They're going to want to go fill that wick out. That's going to bring you down somewhere around $1.75. I'm just not prepared to have that conversation yet. I don't think that's the plan. Moving out to the weekly, that kind of explains it. I left smart money concepts on just so you can see this fair value gap. Typically, they like to fill about half of it out. That puts us around $5. 427 is the bottom of the fair value gap. So you can see we're right in that range we're talking about, but we've lost the weekly 50 smooth moving average. So we need to get back above it before weekly close on Sunday. Get above it, head to the top side, looking at around 1349 to 1681. If we can close on above that, 2641 to 33,250. if we get a great run, $53 isn't out of the question, but we've got some hurdles to get over before we get there. I still feel pretty optimistic about it. ICP's been pretty strong before everything else was, so that I feel like it's kind of a precursor to what's coming for everything else. But AI tokens are hot. We know there's been a narrative all along. Pretty excited to see what happens here, but I'm going to wrap it up. You'll find a link to the crypto school in my description. I post all of these charts there. I post signals when the time arises. It's just been kind of a mess the past couple of days, so we haven't had a lot of them. But we did make quite a bit of money in the beginning of the week, and especially last week. So go ahead and check that out. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like it, subscribe, tap that bell notification. You'll get updates as soon as we upload a video. And don't forget to leave us a comment. It helps out the YouTube algorithm, and I really enjoy hearing what you guys have to say. But I'm going to wrap it up. I've got some work to do today. Got some horses to shoe. I think we're going to rope later this afternoon, so it should be a good time. Chris Hare, the world champion crypto cowboy, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you down the road.